This is TWiT.
I don't know if you've heard, but public betas are here. Rosemary, what's the difference between a developer beta and a public beta? And if we have people tuning in for the first time who maybe have heard the word beta, but aren't quite sure what it means, other than maybe that fish that you used to buy at grocery stores that looked really sad and was in a small little plastic container. Can you tell us? I don't know. Are they called beta fish in your neck of the woods?
Yeah.
Or is that okay?
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Beta fish are a thing. I don't keep them in a small tank, folks. Fish need filtration and things like that. If you're going to get a fish, you got to look after it. And similarly, if you're going to beta any software, you need to look after it and your data. There we go.
Very good.
I made that work somehow.
Bravissimo.
Yeah, Mikah throws me the weirdest hooks sometimes. I've just got to figure out how to work with them. But that's fine because I love it. It's a good challenge. But essentially what it is Apple's OS 27. So that's iOS 27, iPad OS 27, HomePod OS 27, TV OS 27, Mac OS 27, Vision OS 27. All of those will come out in September for the new iPhones. However, there is a period of time where you can test it over the summer. And there's a developer beta round and a public beta round. Now, the developers are expected / really strongly told by Apple, and I know there are a number of folks who don't do this, to have a dedicated device for testing. Because the developer betas in particular can include extra logging. Things may just straight up not work. You may have noticed earlier in the show when Mikah was playing with math notes in the calculator, something wasn't working there. This is something that can happen with any beta software at all, but in particular, it's more likely to happen with the developer beta because the developers get the beta. And so as we record this, the developers have had the beta of iOS and macOS and everything for about a month. We're on our third version of it. And then as we go to the public beta, the developer beta comes out and essentially it's cool, we're going to throw this at people and see if everything gets set on fire. Cool. We didn't hear any wildfire reports. It's not like the entirety of everybody using this is having severe issues. There's nothing majorly wrong with it that we didn't find internally. We're going to roll this out to the public beta. But with any betas, you do have to be aware. You need to back up your data, carry an extra charger with you because there will be logging and background processes running that maybe won't be running in the release version and things like that. So it is basically you are volunteering to be a software guinea pig. You can roll your device back. However, some data that you have upgraded may or may not be lost. It may just disappear until the new release comes out. There's always the possibility of things not going perfectly smoothly. And as I mentioned, carry a battery pack with you. This is the Anchor one. I picked this as my app cap on a recent episode. I have 2 of them here. There's another one in my house. But yeah, there are things that could go wrong. You can also get cool new features and learn about things before other people. And so if you are the person in your family who everybody is going to ask to update their phone when September rolls around, then maybe you do want to install the beta and have a good play with it. But just because it's come out right now does not mean you need to do that. You could wait until the end of August and then download it and play with it for a week before or 2 weeks even potentially before it comes out to everybody, and probably with a lot less heartache because there are definitely some things I've noticed recently not working. I filed feedback on it, which is your responsibility if you're testing it. But yeah, developer betas and public betas, very, very similar, but slightly different. And yes, if you're going to run the developer beta, please have a backup device. And if you're running any beta, please back up your data.
There you go. So I know that this is a great opportunity, of course, for not only people to check out the public betas, but it also, of course, means that we have the opportunity a little bit more to talk about the next version of iOS. I know we've gotten some feedback in the past that when we lean too heavily into the new OS before it's fully out there, people can feel a little bit alienated. And so we've been mindful, I think, this year of talking about new features, but not making them the center of the show, except whenever, they're first announced. So you will continue to see sprinklings of some of the new stuff, but we will be mindful of the fact that a lot of people won't even be installing the public beta and will instead wait until the fall to rock the final versions. That is... is there anything else that you want to say in terms of the news and the updates? I think, there's a lot there. We've talked in the past about what Apple announced at WWDC. Again, we'll continue to cover it, but the features are there.
Yeah, the features are there. One thing I will say is if you're downloading this to try out Siri AI, please remember you need to sign up to try that out in settings. Open the settings and have a poke around and make sure that you've got that. And if you are testing it and enjoying it, that's fabulous. If you find anything that's broken, Feedback Assistant, it's installed on every device. It's just hidden on non-beta devices. But yeah, please file feedback if you find something that's not working as you expected or is broken.
Hey, if you're enjoying this little bit of iOS today, well, you can check out the full episode. You can head to the website, twit.tv/iOS, or watch the full show right here on YouTube. All you got to do is click that link below.